let's do our face together. Oh, this shirt's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, let's do our face together. This is what I look like with no makeup. You can see I have some sun damage. I also have rosacea. I have melasma right here. And I have dark circles under my eyes. I do not have perfect skin by far. I mean, maybe not per beauty standards, but it's perfect for me. I use a non-silicone based primer to start. I did a test run because I'm pretty pale right now. So this is actually Sandy. Sandy right here, you can see it has a little bit of brown tint to it, but kind of like a little yellow undertone. I do have yellow undertones on some areas of my face, but as you can see, that just like completely canceled out that rosacea. Isn't that crazy? And I am using the 30-second hack brush, which is basically the starter brush that I drop in everybody's carts whenever it comes to them getting started with mascara. There's no like real exact placement. This is what I consider my all over highlight. And again, I usually wear a pretty dark color, but your girl's pale right now. So I'm gonna put this all over and I'll be right back with my second highlight. Right, so you saw how I just kind of slapped that on my face, no rhyme or reason other than it was just my all over color. I'm now going in with my second highlight here. This is White Peach. And I'm super pale right now, so this is the color I'm gonna choose to use. I like to take this 30-second hack brush and look up and use the pointer end to drag along my lash line. And then I also take a little added extra left over on that tip there around where my rosacea is. I find that this really helps mask it. And then again, right here on the bright spot, my chin, if I have a blemish, I'll go all over the top of the blemish because I'll blend that out later. And then here down along the bridge of my nose and right at the beginning of my brows. So that's my second highlight. Is completely optional. I just like to use it to do a little bit of brightening on the inner corner. So again, just that 30-second hack brush. And I just put just the tiniest amount right there. And then I kind of scoop it over a little. So you can see now I have 3 different colors on my face. It looks like I'm kind of red just because I'm hot right now. But if I stand back, you can see this actually is almost dead on to my skin tone right now. And then we'll warm it up with our contour and our bronzer. So right now I have 3 highlights on. Switching over to my detail hack brush, and I'm gonna use this one to place my contour underneath my cheek. This is Henna. Henna is a pretty universal contour. So you can be fair skin or medium skin tone, bordering on a little deeper skin tone and use henna. And I like to use that under my jawline as well to create that depth and that shadow. That's what mascara is known for, is a 3-dimensional aspect. So you have the high points of your face, you have the shadows of your face, and then, which is the contour, and then you have the warmth from the bronzer. And I add in the blush just for a little added pop of color. But we're still in the contour, and I'm using this detail hack brush to kind of carve out wherever I want those shadows to go or stamp it. And there we go. So this is what it looks like right now before we blend it. I personally like to use the Buffy brush. The Buffy brush is known for an airbrush-like quality. And all you do is you press down on top of the cream that you've placed on your face. I like to start with the main all over highlight and the lighter areas, and then I work my way back to the contour. I don't know why I'm standing here with my hand in my pocket. Anyhow, just go all over and press. This is all you're gonna do, is pressing motions. When I come up around the contour, around the crown of my head, I like to press upwards. And then when I get in these tighter, smaller areas, I like to use the smaller, use the smaller end of the brush here to get the smaller areas. And you can go ahead and do a little bit of swiping motions, just not too much because you don't want to wipe away the cream. You're kind of pressing it down into your pores. So do this all over, and when you get over here to the contour, again, you're gonna stipple it down. You can do some swiping motions. I generally try not to. I stick with the same stipple effect. The swiping motions I do along my jawline. So once it's all blended out, I'll be right back to show you. As you can see, that blended out really well. Let me step back here and you can see the shadows of my contour. We're gonna warm up the face a little bit. I really want you to pay attention to this light, these light spots underneath my eyes too. Like, I look so wide awake. I'm using the B Square brush, which is the blush and bronzer brush. And now I'm going to go into the bronzer here. I like to use the whiter end and just kind of squish it together. And then go in the pocket right here, in the pocket right here underneath your cheek, and just do swirling motions and around the tail of the brow and then up onto the upper forehead here. So you're just adding some nice warm tones back to the face to make you look a little sun-kissed. Oh. So I didn't have all my contour blended out here, but the really great thing about the cream is that you can make no mistakes with it. And if you mess up, feel like you've messed up in any way, you can easily just go over the top of it and blend it out. So I was a little heavy-handed on my contour on the other side, and all I did was just go over the top of it and it blended right out. All right, let me step back. So this is what I look like now with the bronzer on top of it. Whew. Looking like a human. I'm still using that B Square brush after we did our bronzer, and I'm gonna use Tropicana. This is Tropicana right here. Ooh, it's such a pretty kind of corally pink color, and I'm using the smaller end of the B Square brush, and I just once again stipple this onto where I would like it to be placed, which is the apples of my cheeks. And I personally like to bring mine around my tail of my brow. You can generally find the apples of your cheeks by smiling. You can see big old chubby cheeks. But this is a really gorgeous color. This color, Tropicana, does have a little bit of a glossy sheen to it, but that coral is undeniably going to be gorgeous for summer. And that is how our blush just kind of blends into the rest of our face. I'm going to use an illuminator now. This one I believe is called Angel. This one is a cream illuminator. So I can apply this with our Best Blend Forever brush and use the smaller side, or I can just easily use my fingers to put at the high points of my cheek here. This is a very soft pinkish glow with a little bit of pearlescent to it. It's very subtle, very dainty, very girly. I happen to think she's a beaut. All right, now that I've stepped back, you can kind of see the glow. My mascara makeup is an all-in-one compact, and you can do it all with one brush, and you can do a 5 to 10 minute face, guys. It is so easy. It's so worth the investment. It's a minimal amount to get started and have your face in an all-in-one compact. It's gorgeous to boot. So you need to try mascara makeup, and if you guys are interested in my lashes or my nails, hit me up too. And thanks, I hope you like this tutorial. Bye.